The media governs the world in which we live. It's rattling our cage all the time, telling us to want things, telling us to be afraid of things. It's governing this space that we live in, the vibrational space, the space of consciousness, which is the first place of government. And the kingdom comes in the vibrational space, the cultural space, the space of consciousness that we share in our creative field, the creative field that we share, where there's prayer and there's communion. There's all the loveliness of it. Yes. All the heart-melting stuff of that, which who wouldn't want and enjoy and love that? But in that lovely communion and lovely connection, something comes into us, which is the government of the heaven, the kingdom of heaven. It comes into us. So there's government, there's control in our physical bodies, in our vibrational space. And as that begins to happen, we realize that there are intruders in the human space, in the creative field of our culture and consciousness, in the vibrational space. And so, well, we have big issues about the border here in America and elsewhere on Earth. Immigrants, people are here who, in somebody's mind, are not supposed to be here. How about the vibrational space? Are there things that are in the vibrational space? Is there a government in the vibrational space that's not supposed to be here? They ought to be checked at the border. Didn't get a visa. Sorry, you can't come in. So we've come, when we're having a deep experience of spiritual intimacy, we're knowing the kingdom of heaven, the control in heaven, and then it's coming into us, and the government of that is coming into us and into the space in which we live, and creating the order. There's the ordering power of love at work in that space. How does that happen? I noticed in myself, my own life experience, that there was all kinds of negotiating going on. And in a way, that's very natural among us as human beings, right? There's a back and forth. We're trying to get along and listening to people and trying to accommodate their interests. Yes? Like that's good human relations. And yet there's another level, which is what I woke up to, that I should not be negotiating, and I don't believe you should be either. This government of love, the ordering power of love in this vibrational space should be absolute through us all. No intruders, nothing else needs to be here. No social media coming in, no political leader coming in and intruding vibrationally in the space. No, this is the space of the Creator in and through me. The kingdom of heaven lives here. The eternality of that. And if I know that for myself, and you know it for yourself, we can bring that into the world in which we live. We can bring it into whatever space we share together, this space that we're sharing together here. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in this space, in this creative field that we're sharing together. And then, while progressivism doesn't have an answer for the world, and conservatism doesn't either, the answer for the world is in this intrinsic government in the inner spaces of creation. And just because somebody didn't listen to Jesus, who talked about it 2,000 years ago, and many others who've talked about it in their own ways over millennia, just because people didn't listen doesn't mean that they weren't right. how do we play in this arena together? How do we together open up to the ordering power of love that's present as the kingdom of heaven, and let that kingdom of heaven be present. Let it come. Let there be the coming of the kingdom in this space that we're sharing together. I think it's not about any kind of dictatorship, authoritarianism in a human sense, but it is about divine authority being known by each of us and then being brought into this world that we take responsibility for. And if you do that and I do that, then we're doing it together, and we're holding space for creation right here in the human world, so that love can work and create among us with power and glory, so that we can let something wonderful appear. I don't know what mustard plants look like, but let the mustard plant grow from the mustard seed, right? And let the glory of that live. But how does that happen? It is because we are consistently allowing the space that we're sharing to be governed by the heaven that we know. That's how all this is supposed to work, right? We're supposed to each tune into that heaven and bring the authority of it and allow the natural control of it to function in our life and in the world that we share, so that the vibration of that world doesn't get rattled by what? The latest election results, the latest uptick or downturn of the economy, or whatever personal waves there are. Yeah, there are waves, right? There are tides in the affairs of men, if you will. But we're here to bring something that transcends those things and brings the authority to create a space for creation that we can all be a part of together. So let's do that.